勝へあと一歩のところまで詰めてきております。この人は89年のベレトンでのデビューの時にデビュー戦4位という、離れ技をやってのけた選手であります。日本でも F3000 を戦いました。6台の走りは今回も注目したいところ。そして記事の中ではこの人が好調であります。まだ19歳。
Riccardo Patrese, congratulations to you. The first win of the year and your sixth Grand Prix win of your career. Have to ask you, though, did you reach an agreement with Nigel before the race to take over the lead, or did he have a problem?
Well, I don't know really. In effect, we didn't discuss the plan, the tactic of the race. There was, let's say, an agreement that if he could help me, especially for my second place in the championship, he was giving me an hand. But really, let's say that was much less an agreement of what we had in Monza. Monza was very clear that we had an agreement between us that for sure I was going to win that race. In this race, really we were not talking about the win. We were talking about the possibility for him to help me in the championship. So I saw him slowing down and I thought that maybe he had some technical problem. And okay, I went in front and then I created a bit of gap and then he started to push really very, very hard. I think we were lapping quite quick and because of that really I thought that he was fighting me. I couldn't really understand if he was let me go or maybe he was really wanted back the lead. So at one stage I was really trying very hard to stay in front for the last 12 laps and then I think he had a mechanical problem. And so the last 6-7 laps it was very easy for me, but in the same time very difficult because I was very scared that something could happen to me again, like it happened to me in Monza. So really, also if they were easy, they were not so easy in the head, the last 6-7 laps.
We were thinking before the race how we can put some pressure to Williams, because under normal circumstances just no way to end the race in front of them. So we decided to do 2 tire stops. The tire wear on our car is anyway a little bit high. We always have a little bit of problems with the front tires. So I said, okay, if I push the first laps, then I will be in troubles anyway in the end of the race. So we decided to make 2 tire stops and hope that it worked well.
さあ優勝トロフィーが渡されます。日本自動車連盟の鎌倉定副会長から優勝のパトレーズ選手に、そしてフジテレビジョン大王組の家田久社長からはコントラクターの優勝のチャンピオンとそして2位のドライバー表彰ゲルハルト・ベルガー選手に贈られております。
Well, elated, obviously. It was a tough race. I had to pace myself, really. I went to bed yesterday and just spent 24 hours in bed, and that was the right thing to do because at least I had some energy left for today. I'd like to say a big, big thank you to my mechanics. That's 10 point scorings in the last 11 races. Fantastic reliability. Couldn't have done it without them. Great day for the team. We couldn't push these guys on performance today, mostly because of me, not because of the car, to be honest. But I was aggressive when I had to be to get from 13th on the grid, and then had the luxury of just being able to cruise a little bit the last 4 or 5 laps when I felt particularly tired. But happy for me, happy for the team.
For the top of 5, please.さあ、シャンピオンです。渡辺選手、今シーズン初優勝。そして、グランプリ239回目の出場で、優勝を果たしました。